We went to a lawyer and he looked at us and said, can I be honest with you? Don't lose your money. Go back home because you won't ever be legal in this country. You don't have anything to offer to the country. What? You're a cleaner? Do you think Canada wants people like you? I came here and my plan was to study English.
And I decided to come to follow him. I was 17 years old, and after 3 months I got pregnant.
The question was, do we stay here illegally or we should go back to Brazil? And my decision was pretty straightforward. Should I stay and take care of my family, or should I go back to Brazil and ask my parents to take care of my child? At that time, Canada became something different for me, because now was not only the challenge to be in a new country, speaking a different language. Now, on top of that, we need to face real difficulties that we never face in our lives. I was working constructions for the first time, and I remember one guy inviting me over to work for him. At one point, he stopped paying completely, and I told him, my friend, unfortunately, I need you to pay. And that moment, he looked at me, he changed completely his face, and he said to me, I won't pay you because I know you're illegal. And if you come in front of me one more time, I will call the police on you.
The situation started to change when she born. After I saw her face, I think everything makes sense. So we have to struggle, but we have someone to look for. So something better will come. She was like an angel, always happy, always smiling. The thing that I need for the moment. She was that.
Took us many years to go back to our feet again. And even when she was growing, I always knew that she understood the situation, because she never complained, she never asked, she never, she saw all her friends going on holidays in different countries, doing stuff, and we weren't able to do it. Without her, we couldn't make it. And we spent 12 years illegally in Canada, undocumented. So we grow as human beings, and we learn how to be happy with whatever life brings. We knew one day that hard times will pass. I work in a company, and one day my boss called me in the office, and she said, Nisse, I need you. I said, how? I have a position who is available. The guy's in the hospital, and I need someone to fulfill that position. And I need you to do that. I said, I can. She said, why not? I said, because I know someone else wants that position. I know a guy who is here 12 years, and he's always talking about that position. So I don't think that is a good idea. She said, Mauro, I am the boss. I'm asking you to do it. And that was a huge mistake, because the guy went back home and called union on us, because he knew if the union comes, immigration will come. So I called the director of the company. He said, Mauro, we can keep you as an employee, but you need to go forward with your papers. And the reason I never put my papers forward before is because I was afraid. At that moment, I have 2 kids, not only one. And I didn't have anything waiting for me in Brazil. We had one afternoon to find a lawyer and send a paper telling that we apply, because if we don't, we'll be fired. So I remember running at 10 a.m., hunting for a lawyer in the city to take our case.
I remember exactly the moment that I got the letter. With my blurry eyes, I just saw the letters, and the name approved. So we start to cry for 15 minutes, jumping and sending our parents the good news. And this was by far the best day of our lives. When we got our papers, the PR, everything changed, because the things that we dream and our goals that we passed 10 years building in our minds could come true. So study go back home and visit her family.
When I get my papers, I said to Paulyana, for the first time, I'm able to fulfill my dreams. I want to work with the entertainment business. And the video that I applied for the art campus was me saying thank you to my kids. Because as I said in the beginning of our story, they knew. They never complained. After being humiliated for 10 plus years, after nights and nights of not going to bed early, worry about the future, I was able to put them in an airplane and take them to Disneyland. When I came back from Disney, I was driving with my kids, and I was with my GPS in my car, and a pop-up message came, and the only thing I could see was, "Congratulations, you'll be approved." I almost crashed the car. The kids asked, "What's going on, Daddy?" Crying. And was Centennial saying, "Yes, you can. Yes, it's possible. Even if they beat you up, even if people are dishonest, even if the people are mean, just do what you think is right, and it'll be worth it one day."